Today I'm going to be talking about the PSN game Flower. In Flower, you play as the wind, influencing the path of a bundle of petals which you collect throughout each of the 6 levels. As you collect petals, you open different paths of each level in order to progress. It's a game of relaxed exploration. Flower was developed by That Game Company, who more recently released Journey, which was met by near universal praise when it was released in 2012. Flower shares a bit in common with its successor Journey. The game is fairly short to complete, but PlayStation trophies and hidden petals and Easter eggs pad out the length quite significantly. But honestly, it's the sort of game where you'll replay a level just because it's such an enjoyable experience. Flower has some phenomenal art direction, which is what That Game Company is known for. The game looks absolutely beautiful. Petals bob in the wind, streams of colour trail from the swarm of petals, and grass sways naturally as the wind currents whoosh through. Flower is built up of rich, colourful and lush environments. Flower also features utterly gorgeous music. The themes of each of the stages are peaceful, with piano and a light string section. Each tune fits each stage perfectly, and changes dynamically based on the player's actions. Sound effects play a role in the relaxed feel of the game too. Wind whooshes as the petals dive downwards, and blows through blades of grass. Each petal collected creates a nice soft ding note, which feels amazing when flying through a long trail of them. In terms of controls, Flower makes use of the PS3's 6-axis motion controller. Essentially, the controller itself acts as the joystick, with any button being held causing the wind to accelerate. When playing, the controller moves around a huge amount in order to gently alter course, and to rise and dive around obstacles and towards petals. Certain sections throughout the game are lightly on rails, but this just ensures frustration is kept low for these parts. As well as this, it feels amazing to weave through these scripted portions, and you retain just enough control so it doesn't feel restrictive. Flower in general is a joy to control and feels completely exhilarating. Flower was created with a focus on emotions rather than delivering a message, and the game was designed to evoke these strong emotions. The game is a success in this regard, as Flower truly is a moving experience from start to finish. Supposedly, a number of gameplay mechanics were cut from the game during production because they got in the way of the emotion-rich experience the developers were aiming for. As such, the only real mechanic that remains in Flower is touching petals to cause events to occur, though the developers made good use of this. Despite this design decision, certain themes do still arise during the game. Rather than preaching that nature is good and humans and their creations are bad, the game seems to promote a message of coexistence between the natural world and the urban world built up by humans. Genova Chen, one of the co-founders of That Game Company, has described Flower as an interactive poem exploring the tension between urban and nature. This idea is seen clearly in the conclusion of the final stage, where a massive tree shoots up in the center of the city, and rather than destroying it, it adds to the space. Earlier on in this final level, the player also restores color to individual buildings within the city through collection of the petals. It's about bringing the natural beauty back to the space rather than returning the whole world to its humanless state. On the whole, Flower seems more inclined towards removing the wasteful or ugly aspects of human creation, primarily the fallen electrical towers which make up much of the 5th stage. Flower is one of those games that everyone should experience. I highly recommend it. That Game Company is an immensely talented studio, and if you haven't played this or Journey, then I could not recommend either more.